new details are continuing to surface about the sudden removal of Kristi Noem from her leadership position inside the United States Department of Homeland Security. And according to multiple media reports, the story behind her departure appears to be far more complicated than what was initially announced. Questions are now being raised about a controversial government advertising campaign, testimony given before Congress, and internal tensions inside the administration of Donald Trump. Today we're going to break down what we know so far and what the latest reporting is suggesting. Before we jump into the details, if you enjoy in-depth political coverage and analysis like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback helps shape future discussions on this channel. Now let's get into the story. Earlier reports from outlets including the Wall Street Journal indicated that tensions had been building for months between Noem and members of the administration. One of the main points of controversy involved a large federal advertising campaign reportedly costing more than $200 million. The ads were designed to discourage unauthorized immigration and encouraged individuals living in the United States without legal status to voluntarily leave the country. However, critics inside and outside government raised concerns about the campaign's style and messaging. Some officials reportedly felt that the advertisements were overly focused on promoting Noem herself rather than communicating policy. During congressional hearings, questions were raised about how the campaign had been approved and who had authorized the spending. During a Senate hearing earlier this week, Noem stated that the advertising campaign had been approved by President Trump. But according to subsequent reporting, the president disputed that claim. That disagreement appears to have created tension behind the scenes. During the same hearing, lawmakers questioned whether the campaign had been structured through a competitive bidding process, the typical procedure required for major federal contracts. Later testimony suggested that at least one contract connected to the campaign had not gone through a traditional competitive process. That admission drew additional scrutiny from members of Congress. Lawmakers also questioned whether subcontractors connected to the project had political ties to individuals involved in the campaign. Those concerns became a central focus of the hearings. During questioning in the House Judiciary Committee, members of Congress pressed Noem about one particular contractor that reportedly received a large portion of the funding. According to lawmakers, the company in question had only recently been established before receiving the contract. Some representatives raised concerns about whether the company had previous experience with federal projects. They also questioned the transparency of the contracting process. These lines of questioning did not lead to immediate conclusions, but they did intensify political pressure surrounding the issue. And at the same time, additional political controversies were developing. According to reporting from Fox News and other outlets, several factors reportedly influenced the administration's decision to replace Noem. Among them were disagreements over the immigration advertising campaign and its authorization. Another issue involved public statements related to a violent incident in Minnesota, where Noem had described two suspects as domestic terrorists before all details of the case were confirmed. Some officials reportedly believed those comments were premature and created political complications. In addition to those issues, media outlets also reported rumors regarding a personal relationship between Noem and longtime political strategist Corey Lewandowski. Both individuals reportedly faced questions about those allegations during testimony. Noem publicly dismissed the claims as inaccurate. However, the reports nevertheless added another layer of controversy surrounding the situation. Ultimately, according to sources cited by reporters, the administration concluded that the accumulation of these controversies had created too many political complications. The decision was made to remove Noem from her leadership role. Reports indicate that Markwayne Mullin was discussed as a possible replacement in the position. Shortly after the announcement, statements were released describing Noem's reassignment to another position described as Special Envoy for the Shield of the Americas. Supporters framed the move as a transition to a different role. Critics, however, interpreted it as a political dismissal. Reports also suggested that Corey Lewandowski, who had been serving as an advisor, was expected to leave his role as well. Sources familiar with the situation indicated that his departure was connected to the broader leadership changes. However, details about his next role, if any, were still unclear at the time the reports were released. This situation highlights a broader pattern that analysts often discuss in presidential administrations. High-level officials frequently serve at the discretion of the president, meaning leadership changes can occur quickly when controversies arise. Political analysts say such decisions are often influenced by several factors: public perception, congressional pressure, internal administration dynamics, and media coverage. In this case, the combination of contract questions, political disagreements, and ongoing media scrutiny appears to have created a situation that the administration decided to resolve through leadership changes. At the moment, many questions remain unanswered. Investigations or additional reporting could reveal more details about the contracting process and the decisions surrounding the advertising campaign. For now, though, the key takeaway is that a combination of political controversies and internal disagreements appears to have led to a major leadership shakeup. And as new reporting continues to emerge, the full story may become clearer in the weeks ahead. For now, that's the latest update on the situation involving Kristi Noem and the changes inside the Department of Homeland Security.